Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are planning in my MakseLife vertical for the week of August 11th through 17th. Now, I have some news to share. James and I got engaged on Monday, August 4th, while we were on vacation with my family. Actually just got home from vacation last night, and this is the first video that I'm filming with a sparkly ring on, and I'm so excited to marry my best friend. I do want to say you will start to see some videos that don't have a ring in them because I film my content out. So there may be maybe only 3 videos that are scheduled after this one that don't have the ring in it. So nothing changed. We are still engaged, but I just wanted to make that note in case it confused anyone. So we have an exciting week ahead because I have the Kellofaplan birthday bash that I'm going to Texas for. And for all attendees, Heather sent out these really pretty sticker sheets to be able to decorate your planner. So I figured these are going to be the ones that we use, of course. And let's do maybe this here, but we'll use a white pen to kind of cover up that inside space. It's also really perfect that this is celebratory because this week is my niece's birthday and James's niece's birthday. So I guess my future niece's birthday as well. I think that I'm going to do another video, if I haven't already, if you haven't seen it, that's going to share like the proposal story and all of that. So I will share that because I've already had some questions of people asking like what happened, all of that. So it will be shared. I'm just, coming back from vacation, and such a memorable vacation. There's a lot to do. We also haven't been home in almost a week because last week we went down the shore and then went straight from the shore to the Hamptons, which is like a 5.5-hour drive because we're going basically like up the coast. So we haven't been home in a while. We got home last night, and then this morning I haven't even started working yet. It's like 8 something now, but this morning I went to get blood work because I have a physical next week. But the only availability they had for my physical was 5:30 p.m., which is fine, but they needed me to fast, and I can't fast all day and then and not eat. So I did blood work beforehand at like a LabCorp, place. So anyway, I'm still like, wait, what? I need to check my email. I need to look at my planners, all of that. But because I got home from my blood work appointment early, I figured let's sit down and get a video filmed because we are going back down the shore. Today's August 7th. We are either going back down tonight or tomorrow. It is undecided. So there's barely any time home, which I knew was going to be the case in August. Okay. Now, I think that, let's see what I want to do here. I want to take this planner and maybe put it like over here like that. So because these are clear stickers, I like to cover up what's underneath. So we're just going to use my white pen because I feel like it's easier. I'm not going to cover up the gray lines because I feel like that's all unnecessary. But feel like what our plan is right now is, get back to work, get back to a schedule, and then we will start talking about all wedding things. So let me know if that's content that you'd like to see on my channel. It may just be content by default, not specific wedding planning videos, but my to-do lists change. All of our to-do lists change depending on what we are doing in life. So when I was moving, my to-do list was focused on that. When I was writing a book, it was focused on that. Even though I couldn't share that I was writing a book, there were a lot of to-dos that had to do with that. So anyway, there will be wedding planning content by default, but I think that our first step is to, find a venue, and we would like to get married next year. Probably June or later, so maybe like somewhere between June and September. So that is the plan. Okay, We need, whoops, we need some boxes. So I'm thinking I'd like to include, I think I want to include purple and pink. I was going to shift to mainly purple, but next week is already actually filmed in my planner, and that is very purple. So I don't actually have many of these pink boxes left, but I know that I have the functional boxes, and I think that series 4 is the one that I'll need for these. So sorry, every time I take a few days off filming, or in this case almost a week, it takes me like a minute to get back into the swing of things. This is series 3. We can probably use series 3. Let's do that while it's here. So we'll take a pink, and this way I have a lot of the other colors. I'm actually going to put this one down here. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And then maybe let's find a purple one. Okay. And then I'm going to pull out some header boxes. I think we'll do the header boxes in yellow. It's just as kind of like a yellow highlight here. So I'm going to put these here and then over here. Okay. Now for bullet point colors. We can use pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we'll add something else in here. And then, so Monday, I have a physical. Tuesday, I have a Patreon Zoom. Wednesday, I feel like something is coming on Wednesday, the 13th. I know the 13th is James's niece's birthday, so I definitely want to include that in here. But I feel like I had something else in there because I remember asking his sister if they're going to do anything on her actual birthday, because I was trying to figure out a plan, but I don't remember now what that was. So hopefully it will pop into my head at some point, but I don't remember what that plan was. But anyway, I'd like to do a box every day anyway. And then I think that we're going to do a balloon, maybe like right here. And it's a little bit too thick, or it takes up too much space. Let's kind of shift it over a little. Okay, this is why I like to use the white pen, because otherwise you see it underneath. And it's going to be so much fun to go to Texas now engaged. We've kind of been joking, like everything that we do now, we're like, it's the first time we've done this engaged. So we were away with my family in East Hampton, and when we drove back to New Jersey on Wednesday, we were like, first time we've been engaged in New Jersey. And this morning, it's so silly. I was not silly, but like, it's so exciting. I was thinking, first time I've gotten blood work engaged. Like, that's the silly part, is all of that kind of stuff. So it's just a really exciting time, and I think that I've finally stopped crying. But I think we're gonna do celebrate every day, which is perfect because this goes over both of our nieces' birthdays. You know, I was explaining to James that, because all I kept saying like for the next couple of days is how shocked I am. And of course, we've talked about getting engaged. I'm not shocked that, you know, it wasn't a complete shock that he asked me to marry him. The shock was the timing and in that exact moment and all of that kind of stuff. So, but I keep saying to him, you know, you've been planning this for a while. You knew this was coming. I didn't, besides just in the general future. So I was explaining that it's taking me some time to get over the shock because, you know, you've known about this and I haven't. And he understood like what I meant. Of course, it's a good shock. It's, you know, it's so exciting. So anyway, I don't want to, I don't know how to say this. I don't want it to become like everything that I talk about if you watch my channel and that's not what you're interested in hearing. But it's now, you know, a huge part of my life. And so I'm not going to say like unsubscribe if you don't want to watch it or anything like that. Just, you know, be mindful that this is probably going to be a big piece of content for a while. If not, you know, maybe it'll slow down once like the plans start to come into place and all of that. But right now it's brand new. So that's where we're at. Okay, Friday. I don't need any more header boxes because I leave Friday morning for Dallas and I come home on Sunday. So let's come back to these boxes. I actually think that the series 3 size is a really nice size. So we're going to put this here, and then let's take travel info right here. And I can put my travel info there. Then let's do South Lake, Texas, maybe right here. I also realized that I could have used these for like memory keeping, but I wanted to use them for this. And then we have, I think that these I may actually keep to the side and use for memory keeping because these are all going to be perfect for that. And now in here, we're just going to include some, actually think I want to use bigger boxes for these. So box color, I never remember which is which. These are the sidebars. I don't really, actually, let's do a sidebar for the right side of the page because that's going to help me like get things done. On these busy travel weeks, my to-do list is never ending. Okay, and then I think that I want to do a purple full box like this. And then let's also do a pink full box. I had pulled out the pink sticker book, pink boxes, but then I put it aside because I didn't have any of those size that I wanted, but I should have this. Actually, I don't really need this. I need the smaller but one because Saturday is just traveling home. So I need to go back to, sorry, series 3. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do boxes on the bottom. I do think I'm actually going to pull out a header though, because I'm going to have some stuff to do when I get home. So what I've been using the bottom for lately, which has been a little bit different than how I started the year, is I've been using it as almost like a currently, like reading, watching, eating, drinking, all of that kind of stuff. So that is something that'll be more used as the days go on. But really what I wanted was first to sit down and film a video with, now that I'm engaged, but also just to kind of get the week set up for me, because with all this travel and everything, and now adding a wedding into the mix, it's a lot. It's all great stuff, but I'm like, okay, we need to sit down and get to work, which is what I'm about to do right now because my work day is about to start. So that is a wrap. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit quicker, but there's not that much to add. And I feel like this is really cute and pretty and celebratory. So I'm happy with it. Thank you all so much for your support and your kind words. This is a really exciting new adventure. And I know that so many of you have been here for 5 years since the beginning and have seen so many ups and downs and life changes. And this is the start of a really beautiful chapter. So thanks again. I'll see you soon.